What are we doing? Oh yeah, this is Chris with Chris Drouin Video, and today I traded in my EOS R cameras and all of my Canon equipment for two of the brand new Sony FX30s. I've made the switch today from Canon to Sony. Shout out to our local camera store, Murphy's Camera in Louisville, Kentucky. I called them up this morning and they had two of the FX30s. So I went ahead and got two of them, and then I went and got this cool 10 to 20 millimeter f4 PZ. I got two of these, like I said. One we're recording on, and the other one is right here. I have not opened this one yet, so let's go ahead and open this beast up. We got all of our documentation. And here is a USB-A to USB-C. This is important because batteries do not come with chargers. So you'll need to keep it in the camera and charge it that way. Or you can buy a separate charger altogether. So in here, in this biggest part right here, we are gonna open that up and take out the camera. Yay. I feel like there should be some kind of music like when I open this, but I don't have that. As you've seen from other reviews on YouTube before, it's the same basically as the FX3. The only difference that you're gonna see is that it's got that crop sensor in there. And then these are black instead of silver or gray. That I'm not sure. Just like the FX3, you have a full-size HDMI on there. You'll have an 1/8 inch audio in and headphone going out. Most people call that 3.5 millimeter. However you want to call it, it's the same thing. And then in this little flippy door, we got a USB-C and is that mini micro USB? I don't know, but it's for their multi-attach connection. So if you're gonna attach the time code device, you can put it in there, so forth and so on. This does come with, just like on the 3, you take out the little plastic piece here, and you have a working hot shoe. So you can actually buy, like these now are coming with the Sony top handles that have the 2 XLRs and then the 1/8 inch input on there. Or you can use, I believe Sony has a shotgun mic that they put on top of it and everything. Also in this box, we have, of course, a battery. These come dead, so don't try to just put them in. You'll have to charge it, which for the most part means putting it in the camera and plugging in the camera. And then we'll get a little USB-A plug for you to plug it in and charge it that way. That does work. Personally, I have plenty of USB-C to USB-C cables, so it charges a lot faster that way. And that's what I would do. And next up, we have this little PZ 10 to 20 millimeter f4 that most of these you can get, most places you can get it as like a kit lens. Since I'm new to Sony, I don't know what G means. I don't know if that's like L for Canon. I have no idea, but this is a G lens. So we open it up, and it of course is full of documentation. And let's get this lens, which I think is super tiny, because this is, I've been working on EOS Rs forever, so I've been using full frame stuff. That and Canon lenses tend to be just larger than everyone else. Anyway, part of it's probably because it has image stabilization built into it. Anyway, here's the little lens right here. And this is what I was talking about with that, has that zoom on it. If you don't have this on your camera, you can actually reach forward and play with it right here instead of doing the traditional, you know, racking. All right, and one thing I'm getting used to is that every single Sony lens, no matter the size, comes with a lens hood, which is pretty fantastic. If I do say so myself. Shooting this, even if you're doing video and not photos, it's good to have that on because you don't want light coming in from every direction. Now, of course, there's good times when you do want that on, or no lens hood, and you want the light coming in because that makes all the lens flares. So you get some Michael Bay action going on. I already charged a battery, not the one that came with this. Also, for those of you going from Canon to Sony, the little door here, it's not a spring. It's actually, you kind of hit the thing and it opens, and to close it, you gotta hold it closed, and then the little tab there, you gotta push it back. It won't just automatically go back like on a Canon. Let us go ahead and put on this tiny lens. Bam, got the lens on now. I got some SD cards, USC, I don't know. It's the ones that'll do the 300 megabits per second read. I went ahead and got the SanDisk. I know it only does writing up to 260 instead of 299 like the Sony ones do, but I've had really good luck with this, and these are more backup anyway because I'll be plugging them into Ninja 5s unless I'm doing some kind of gimbal work, or I want to get that 120 frame per second at 4K or 240 at 1080. Right now we're shooting at 60 frames per second in 4K, and the highest 4K that you can get before going to RAW. Mainly because I personally don't think that RAW it's good enough to eat up that much of my space. I'm sure it's beautiful if you're doing like big time films and everything, but most of my stuff ends up on the internet for clients, using it for social media or whatever it is that they decide to do. All right, so we have it all on, and it is, for some reason, it has the iris at 5.6, and this will go down to 2.8. So I need to go in and change that, and it's really easy. They put it in menu 1 and menu 2, which makes it really nice because that's most of everything I'll get to. So I'm not too upset so far with switching from Canon to Sony. It's pretty easy. It's not as easy, but it's not bad at all. So you have a bazillion record buttons, and what's really cool is that you get this box going around it that's all red. You don't get that on a Canon. Maybe on a Canon Cinema, I don't know, I haven't owned one. So we have this in here, and I'm gonna zoom it in with that. That's pretty nice. I like this. This is neat. This will be really helpful when I am on a gimbal. All right, so unboxing was fun. I always enjoy opening up tech and whatnot. My initial reactions to this, to having a Sony, is it's pretty neat. It feels pretty good in the hand. Not that I thought it wouldn't. I'm ordering some cages that go around it. I know they say you don't need a cage, but I would really like to have one so I can put handles on it. We do a lot of handheld stuff, and so going like this, but I am gonna go ahead and test this out in my backyard. Just kind of walk around with the active on there and see how well it stabilizes. called them up this morning, this being Tuesday, the day after the release. Called them up this morning and I said, hey, do you got any of these? They're like, yeah, we got 2 of them. Sweet. So I went ahead and did that. Right now I am checking the active on the IBIS because we have 3 modes. We have off, standard, and active. So I'm just gonna kind of walk around and talk. This is my backyard that I'm walking through. Well, part of my backyard. Anyway, yeah, so I just kind of made the plunge. My buddy had been trying to get me to switch over for a long time because, well, a lot of things work well with Sony. And I finally decided, you know, I'm going to go there because that 4K 60 is really nice, which is what we're on right now. And having S-Log 3 is a lot better than just having normal C-Log that I had with my EOS Rs. So we're going to go ahead and check this out, see how this tracking is, tracking, it's not tracking, that would be, you know, my face to my hand. No, see how it's stabilizing. It is starting to rain, so I guess I might go back inside. We are going to see how this looks on once we get it up and going. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Hit the little notification bell doodad, and you'll get to know when we're putting new videos out.